Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Duncan, host and creator of the TXK State of Mind podcast. I would like to welcome you to another episode of TXK Conversation. Tonight, we welcome Mr. Chris Fuller, owner operator of downtown's newest concept coming to downtown Texarkana. The Eagle Bourbon and Wine Lounge is going to be opening in downtown Texarkana, and they're currently undergoing renovations of their historic building, and which will include apartments on the second floor as well as an exciting outdoor space. The goal is to have everything ready to launch at the end of the year. This week, we welcome Chris to the stage for another engaging conversation about the vision for this new concept and the impact he envisions that the Eagle will have on downtown's revitalization. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Fuller to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Chris.
Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Before we talk about all the great things you plan to bring to the downtown area by way of the Eagle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been a resident in Texarkana for going on 3 years now. I moved here from Cincinnati, Ohio, where I was born and raised and grew up. So I come from a little bit bigger city, and I got married about a year ago, a little over a year ago, to my wife Melissa, and ever since I moved here, I've been interested in opening a business here in the town, and this opportunity was kind of it just really just kind of popped into my head in terms of the concept that we want to create and where we want to locate it and things like that. So we're super excited to move forward with it.
Okay. Well, first off, congratulations on your marriage to your new wife. I know it's been a year, but congratulations also. But also congratulations on the upcoming launch of your new concept. With that in mind, can you tell us a little bit about the actual concept? What's behind your vision for your bourbon and wine lounge?
Yeah, just a swanky upscale place where people can come and enjoy a drink and relax and have discussions with their friends. And, we just really want it to be a cool spot for people to hang out in. And we have lots of great places throughout the city, places that, that I frequent myself regularly. But I feel like this concept is one that doesn't exist here yet. And that's the kind of concept that we want to bring to the downtown area.
Okay. I know I was just in Plano a couple of weeks ago around the 4th of July, and we got a chance to go over to the Legacy West shops and kind of see that area. It's kind of like old downtown feel, but remanufactured, but it had a lot of life and a lot of energy with people being able to go to the different bars, different restaurants, and different things that you wouldn't normally see in the traditional downtown. So what you're talking about with your bourbon and wine lounge, that sounds amazing. So what inspired you to choose this type of theme for your business? There's a lot of things that's already in downtown that are bar driven, but there's nothing somewhat like a bourbon and wine lounge. So what inspired you to choose this theme for your business?
Well, number one, where I grew up, in very close proximity to Kentucky. So I've always had an affinity for bourbon. It's where 95% of the world's bourbon is produced in the state of Kentucky. And so just from a personal standpoint, it's always been something that I've, like I said, had an affinity for. My wife is, she likes to drink her wine socially. And so as we discussed what type of concept we wanted to have for the place, those were the two things that we kept coming back to, because personally, it's what we enjoy. Now, aside from those two things, we plan on having a variety of craft beer on draft. The city that I'm from, it was a big, boom in the craft beer industry there, lots of local breweries and things like that. So we want to bring some of that concept into it as well. But, just how we came up with it is really just personal preference of our own.
Right.
And we really wanted to have some place that, like I mentioned earlier, have a little classier type feel to it. We're not going to have live loud bands in there. There's plenty of places that do that well. in the city, and plenty of places if you want to go listen to live music. There's some great venues here in town that do that. If we do live music, it'll probably be more of a acoustic guitar type, little softer type music. We'll play our own music, over the speaker system, but we really just want to have a relaxing place where people can come, enjoy drinks, enjoy each other, enjoy some of the food options that we'll have. We're going to start a little slow with that, like charcuterie and things like that, but we will have a full kitchen. So eventually we may expand that, but really just a lounge type feel, a true lounge type feel to add to the downtown venue.
Okay, that's an amazing identity to have for the Eagle, and the experience that the patrons can have, especially with the soft music. I know a lot of times, me and my wife, we're looking for things like that where we can go and sit. She's also likes to try different wines. We've been to different wineries that she likes to experience. So this is going to be something that we can go to without having to drive, get on I-30 and drive a long ways. It'll be right here in town. So when the patrons come out, what would be, I know it's going to be kind of swanky, kind of upscale. What will be the Eagle experience? What can I expect as a customer or a potential patron once you open up at the end of the year? What can I expect to experience?
Well, I think you just said it. More of an upscale place. A place where you can come relax. We'll have some music playing, but it won't be so loud that you can't enjoy conversations with your friends and things like that. The lighting will be a little bit lower, so a little more, a little darker feel to it within. And again, we're kind of kicking around in terms of food and things like that. We're going to start out slow with that type of stuff, but really just a relaxing upscale type feel to the place. And that's what we want to present to the customer.
That's amazing. That's a good place for adults can go and be adults and engage in adulting. So that's going to be a great experience.
Yes, sir.
You're in the downtown area. So why downtown as a location? You could have chosen a number of locations throughout the city, but what intrigued you to say, hey, I have this ideal, I want to bring my concept to the downtown community? Tell us a little about why you chose downtown in particular for this concept.
Well, it's funny because I saw something on Facebook today, another downtown business owner, where she was saying, people kind of thought she was crazy when she said she wanted to locate her business downtown. For me, there was no other option. That's the place. We want to be part of the revitalization that's going on downtown. I think downtown still has a negative stigma with some people, simply because maybe they haven't been there in a while. And, it's, for me, it was the only place because some of our favorite places are downtown, places that we like to eat, places that we like to go. And we wanted to add to the downtown scene and, just be a part of it. There are lots of good places down there. We go to Verona all the time. We go to Hopkins all the time. Cafe Lucille is a new one, great food, great venue. I'm missing some, but there are places that we go all the time, and we want to add to that. We want to be a part of the revitalization. And for me, there was nowhere else. I'm not a big chain guy. So I didn't really have any interest in locating over on Richmond Road in that area with all of it, the chains and everything. To me, a town is only as good as its downtown area. Right. And we want to add to the great places that already exist there.
Okay, that's great. The thing that I really want to look at, because you're choosing downtown, is great, because I remember growing up, and I remember how downtown used to be a bustling area. I always tell people, and I kind of talked to you earlier, how the downtown area, I think, is the heart, and we kind of agreed that the downtown is the heart of all cities. And I think once we get places like the Eagle and MEPs and all those, and the Stain Page and all those different things that are moving into downtown to bring back that life, I think that's going to help spur more development. So just looking at the building that you've chosen, tell us a little bit about the history of it, if you can tell us about that, of the location in itself.
It's been a lot of things over the years. I was actually surprised that we've worked with Main Street Texarkana and Ina McDowell, who runs that organization. She had some information on the history of the building, and it's been a lot of different things. At one time, it was a electric and power company. When we first walked through the building, before we purchased it, we went to the upstairs, the second floor. There used to be a dentist office, and actually there were like 12 different rooms up there, but the doors still had the dentist's name.
Wow.
Up there. And, so that's been, I don't know how long ago. I think it was back in the late 80s, maybe early 90s when that was last a dentist office. So those doors have been up there, 30, 40 years. But one of the most recent things that has been in there is, I think it was a Mexican restaurant at one time called Peña's.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I wasn't here then. I've only been here about 3 years, but, and then I think one of the most recent things was a place called Beignets, another restaurant type, bakery type place. But it's got some pretty fascinating history. I'm not remembering everything that's been in there over the years, but the building is, it dates back to the early 1900s. So this building is, well more than 100 years old. With that comes a lot of renovation to get it back to where it needs to be. But we look forward to preserving as much history within the building, interior and exterior as we can, while still getting things where they need to be, in the year 2024.
That's neat. I'm sure you're going to find a lot of hidden treasures once you go in there in those walls.
Well, I know there's at least a couple of cats that live somewhere, in there right now. But anyway, it's it's a big project. It's, the building really needs everything from electric to HVAC to plumbing to new roof. It's a pretty complete gut job in terms of, but the bones are good, and it's just a super cool building, and we can't wait to renovate it and bring it back to life.
I can't wait to see it. I know I've kind of talked to you. I want to kind of track you as you're going through your renovations, just to see like the before, the between, and the after, to see how everything's going to look. Because where you're talking, it looks like you're going to be doing some really amazing things and bringing like a really welcoming space, an innovative space or concept to our newly dubbed entertainment district. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, and we're going to have construction updates. So we already did a drone video of what it looked like on our. And by the way, if you're listening, you can follow us on Facebook, The Eagle. You can follow us on the Instagram. But we did a drone video that we posted on our Facebook page, so that before anything was touched. And we're gonna do some more of those drone videos as we reach certain points of the construction, the renovation, so that people can see, how things are progressing. And then we also look forward to, as we get to the point, we're not ready to be there yet, but as we get to the point where we can participate in some of the downtown live events and the monthly downtown live events that are going on, we'll open our doors so people can come in and take a look and see what's going on firsthand. Yeah,
that's gonna be amazing. Just people, because they can get a glimpse of what they can expect from the Eagle. Again, I talked earlier about how people are actually driving to experience things like the Eagle and the different mom and pop Italian place like Verona that's downtown. But to have it here, that's going to be a good advantage for the people here, and so we can keep those dollars in circling through our city to help not only just a small business, but also the city with all the different things that they're trying to do with the revitalization projects going around. With the Eagle, the concept, your vision, what impact do you see the Eagle having on downtown's revitalization? I know you're going to have all those things. So what impact do you want it to have?
Well, we hope it's exactly what you just stated. That number one, we give people that live within the Texarkana city limits a great place to have a good time and converse with their friends and enjoy some some drinks and some food, but also that it becomes a destination spot for people that are traveling.
Right.
And we have some things that go on in this town that bring people from out of town, and we just had a big golf tournament at Texarkana Country Club last week, and
right.
70 golfers here from all over the country, and their parents and grandparents here, and so hopefully it would be really cool if our downtown area became a destination for those people that are here for other events, where they can come downtown, have dinner, walk to multiple venues for after dinner drinks, before dinner drinks, or whatever, and really showcase our downtown area and how much fun and how much progress it has made over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I used to work with a guy, and like he would schedule his trips around little destinations that I know you talked about the microbreweries and things. So he had a little app, and he would go to different cities to experience those different breweries, to try the different ales and different brew that they had offered at those locations. And I can see coming in from I-30 from Little Rock and coming in from Dallas that those mile markers will have that little sign for the Eagles, so to direct them down state lines to your location.
Yeah. Well, I'm a lot like your buddy, because local breweries is one of the things I love to do. And so when I first moved to Texarkana, I'm Googling like breweries in Texarkana. And of course I found Redbone and Pecan Point, and I frequent those places all the time. So I do the exact same thing, and hopefully that's, hopefully we become the subject of those Google searches for other people.
Right. Yeah, I can see it. The concept to me is it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to kind of see how it all evolves. And again, that's just another staple or anchor that's going to help the downtown area grow. I know.
The other piece to this that we haven't talked about is the Eagle's Nest, and that's our apartments on the second floor. And the first meeting I had with Main Street Texarkana and Ina McDowell, she said there's a real need for and a market for downtown living, and people are interested in it. But there's some, and there's more on the way. But we're going to have 5 apartments on the second floor.
Okay.
We're kicking around. We want to do some short-term rental mixed with some long-term rentals. So we'll figure that out in terms of how we want to allot the different apartments. But the plan is to have 5 apartments on the upstairs, so that people who are interested in living downtown and taking advantage of the great places that exist down there, and being able to just walk out your front door and walk a few feet or 100 feet or whatever to go have dinner. That's a good concept.
Yeah, that's actually something that we looked at for us. Like once we just come here looking at buying, and eventually I always say I want to live downtown. Wherever we were, I wanted to live downtown. Not just, we've lived in the suburbs when we bought our home, but I want to be in the mix of things. And I think downtown provides that, because with me, my job, I work from home. So it would be great for me to be able to live downtown, maybe walk down to the library to plug in and do my work, or come over to your lounge and be able to plug in and do some work and just chill out. So I'm looking forward to that. I know I saw the Eagle. Then I do a lot of researching about what's going on downtown, and I saw that both Texarkana, Texas, and Arkansas, they have that little incentive program where they're trying to get those remote workers to relocate to Texarkana. So I thought they're doing some really good things to try to bring back life into the area, and places like the Eagle, the new housing options that are coming downtown. I think a lot of people are going to start flocking back to the area.
Yeah, I agree. And it's one of the reasons that we decided to, locate our business there. I think it's an area that's on the upswing. Um, you've got the Grimm Hotel, the old Grimm Hotel that's been completely redone, and they're about to start
Right.
leasing those apartments there. And I know that Mr. Peavy has got the old Texarkana
Texarkana.
National
Yeah.
Bank that eventually, hopefully, turns into more residential living opportunities for people. So I there's a definite revitalization. Um, Downtown is definitely on the upswing, and we're happy to be a part of that.
That's great because just knowing the area, because I always tell people I grew up there. I would say I grew up downtown, even though I lived in the city because my mom worked downtown. And so over the summers, like when she would work, I would go to track and participate in like the little camps and theater camps activity they had over there while she was at work. And then I'll go and meet up with her and then go home. It was like a place called Texarkana Uniform Supplies to where the bike shop is now. And so
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I remember the Quadrangle Festival. I remember getting out of school early, going downtown dressed up in my cowboy attire to visit to see the parade for the fair when it was hosted in the fall months. So I'm really looking forward to all of the things that are going on. That's looking forward to go on downtown. So I spend a lot of my time there, from riding my bike or just experiencing different activities there. So I'm looking to do that as an adult. So with the Eagle, I know we discussed a lot of things from your concept to your vision to the Eagle's Nest, which I love that as well, with the apartments and short-term and long-term rentals that you're going to be offering down there. What else would you like to talk about to our audience or your potential customers about your concept and what they can expect or can see over the next months?
Not so much I mean, we've kind of hit on our concept and exactly what we're looking to do. But what I would say is that if you haven't been downtown lately, do yourself a favor and go visit some of the places that are down there. I mentioned a few of them, but it's
Right.
there are some great places to eat. There's some great places to have fun. There's a lot of local people who have poured their heart and soul into places and finances and all the things that go along with building a business. And it's really awesome to see. And like I said, if you haven't been in a while, do yourself a favor and get down there, because it's on the upswing, and there's a lot of really good places that you can check out.
Yes, I can attest to that. So it's been really great having you come on tonight for our episode 17. So I want to be able to share everything that's going on with your rising, as I call the show, Eagle Rising, all the things that you're doing with your development, and be able to help promote the good thing that you're doing by helping bring life back to downtown through the Eagle. So again, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Next week, everyone, we're going to have one of the people that's kind of spurring the influx of energy into the downtown area is Miss Ina McDowell of the Texarkana Main Street Texarkana. So she's going to be on to talk with us next week to give us some more in-depth thought or a window into what's all going on in downtown to help with our revitalization. One thing I also want you guys to do that are out there listening, there's a little business out here called Toddler TXK, Toddler Town TXK. They have a lot of programs for youth with sensory and impaired issues that they're offering to parents, different activities that you can come out and experience. I've been posting things on our website. Go out and check out their website, see what they're all about. If you have a child or individual that you're connecting with that can benefit from the services that they offer, check them out, because they have a lot of wonderful things going on, and support them. We want to be able to support all of our small businesses as well as in downtown and outside of downtown. So again, our focus on TXK State of Mind podcast is to highlight all the great things the innovative things that are going on and things that you don't normally see or hear about. Like Mr. Fuller said, get out. If you haven't been in downtown, drive through and check out what's going on. There's a lot of development going on, from the things that are going on with the updates at the Hopkins Ice House to MEPs to the Eagle. There's a lot to be offered in our downtown area that's going to put us back on the map. So on tonight, I would like to say thank you. I know it's storming outside. The thunder kind of knocked me out for a little bit, but we got back on. But I'm glad to have you come on, Mr. Fuller, and I'm going to be supporting and sharing and anything that you post about your business. We're going to try to help get the word out about it. So again, I'd like to thank you for coming on and speaking with us.
Yeah, Jeremy, thank you for having me on and allowing us to use your platform to advertise our business. And what you're doing here for local businesses and taking your own time to help promote them is pretty awesome. So we appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And again, everyone, as always, what's your TXK state of mind? We'll see you next week.